Hello, everyone. Raise your hand if you have any pets at home. Now, stand up if one of your pets is a reptile. I know what you might be thinking. Why should we listen to a 17-year-old talk about Panthelias gethys, or corn snakes? The answer is I purchased this snake when he was just a few weeks old. I'm taking care of him for almost 5 years now. I was able to get Ninja after I took in a Midland brown snake, the most aggressive, non-venomous snake in the Midwest, and had to release it. I plan to inform you, the audience, about corn snakes. I will discuss their physical description, life in nature, and why they make such great pets. Knowing what a corn snake looks like will help you accurately identify it and know if it's safe to be around. According to Karen Weemser from the University of Michigan Museum of Zoology, they can come in one of 8 color patterns of reds, yellowish browns, or grays, such as him. He is a gray. They have bold rings of a different color running down their back, and a checkered pattern running down their belly. These snakes usually range anywhere from 2 to 6 feet in length, or 0.61 to 1.82 meters, and weigh up to 2 pounds or 0.91 kilograms. More often than not, the males are larger, but with all the genitalia on the inside, you can only use any of one of 3 ways to identify the gender. Option 1 is to probe them and see how far down it goes. Option 2 is to pop out the genitalia and see how long they are. And option 3 is to look at the tail and visually see if the tail is short and stubby, or if it gradually narrows down. Now, the tail starts here at the rectum, or the anus, but still. Like all animals on the planet, its body has ways to defend itself when it feels threatened by predators. They have 20 to 30 backwards-facing, razor-sharp teeth that are designed to grip and hold on tight. Even though the teeth are tiny, them biting you hurts worse than a bee sting. And it's best to just let the snake realize that you are not food and let it go on its own. Staying on the head for just a bit, they have a round cone-shaped head, which allows them to dig into soft dirt to help them hide or search for prey. Lastly, because of their colors, they are often mistaken for a copperhead. So, animals and humans alike try to stay away from them in fear of venom. Now that you know what they look like, where do they live, and what do they do for the environment? According to the Smithsonian, they are native to the southeastern part of the United States, from southern New Jersey to Florida, into Louisiana and parts of Kentucky. They have a higher concentration in Florida and the southern states than anywhere else. The reason is because these snakes love wooded groves, rocky hillsides, and meadowlands, woodlots, rocky open areas, tropical hammocks, barns, and abandoned buildings. Although they will climb trees or small buildings, they prefer to be underground where they can burrow through rodent holes and get a good meal. Now, corn snakes are diurnal, meaning that they are most active during the day, and when they are not eating smaller snakes or mice, they are looking for a mate. They will breed from March to May. From May to June, the female will lay a clutch of 10 to 30 eggs in a warm, moist environment. After 60 to 65 days, the eggs will hatch ready to survive in the world without their parents. When the snakes are 1.5 to 3 years, they are mature enough to start reproducing. In the wild, the average life expectancy is 6 to 8 years, which is not that long if you think about it. All the while, they have to worry about larger snakes, birds, and carnivorous mammals that see them as a snack. With everything that has been said, why would they make great pets? According to Texas A&M University, they are one of the most popular species of snakes to have as a pet for their easy maintenance and calm personality. Corn snakes have a slow metabolism, so they only need to eat one meal once a week in order to survive. This means that a person could go out of town for a few days and not have to worry that they will starve. Next, even with the humidity aspect that they need, that is quickly met with the humidity in one's house. Then there's the enclosure setup. You will need a 20-gallon tank with 1 inch to 2 inches of light bedding, a heat lamp, and some heat pads. You will also need a water source, a tree for climbing, and a shady spot on the other side of the heat lamp, as shown here. Heat pads I have underneath his log, and other spots around the enclosure, so he's constantly warm. As you can see, the maintenance is easy and manageable, and like I said, the other reason why they make great starter snakes is because of their personalities. These snakes are incredibly docile to the point where you can pick them up and put them around your neck, and the snake will just explore around your head for a bit. Most of the time is just being relaxed without a care in the world. Plus, unlike in the wild where they only live for 6 to 8 years, in captivity they can live for 20 to 25 years. As fun and crazy as snakes can be, you must remember to always be careful with them, as they are delicate and can carry diseases. Since snakes can carry salmonella, it is always best to wash your hands after you interact with the snake or the enclosure in any way to prevent getting sick. In today's lecture, I taught you how to identify corn snakes based on their physical features, including size, gender, and coloration. Then I talked about how it is adapted to survive and defend itself from predators. Next, I talked about where they're native to and how they help the ecosystem. This included where on the food chain they fell and how they reproduced. Lastly, I said that they are such great pets because of the low maintenance needed to care for them and their great personalities. Thank you for listening to me talk about corn snakes, but today is feeding day and I do need to get a mouse for him. And the noodle.